Hello Rosendale, Mr. Criddle here. Now, if you enjoy science, and I know lots of you do, and if you enjoy eating chocolate cake, and I know lots of you do, then you're going to really enjoy today's activity because you're going to be learning how to make a chocolate cake in a mug. Now, not only are you going to be making a chocolate cake in a mug, you're going to be doing it really quickly. Because once you've gathered your ingredients, it's only going to take you 5 minutes to prepare and bake your cake. Okay? You're going to need some equipment. You're going to need a large mug. You need to find the biggest mug you can. You can insert your own joke there. You're going to need a microwave, and you're going to need a tablespoon for measuring your ingredients. And actually you're going to need another spoon to stir and mix your ingredients, okay? So, I'm going to put the ingredients up now. You can start gathering those together, and then I'll take you through the method. At the end, we'll talk a little bit about the science of baking. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put your flour, your caster sugar and your cocoa powder into the largest mug you have. Get the biggest one so that your cake does not overflow. And then you're going to mix it all up. You're then going to add 1 medium-sized egg, and you're going to mix that in as much as you can, but don't worry if there's some dry mix left. Next, you're going to add the 3 tablespoons of milk, the 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and a few drops of your vanilla essence, and you're going to mix it until it's smooth. Okay, at this point, you might want to add chocolate chips or nuts or raisins. I am going to leave mine as it is. Now it's ready to go in the microwave. Okay, place it in the middle of the microwave, and you're going to microwave it on high for about 1.5 minutes. Okay, let's have a look. Yes, and there is our cake. And that is how you make a cake in a mug in about 6 minutes. It is really good. I hope you enjoy your chocolate cake. It may be that it needs 2 minutes in your microwave. It just sort of depends on the sort of microwave that you have, but it shouldn't take more than 2 minutes. Just keep an eye on it and you'll see it rising in the mug, and then it'll be ready to take out. And then leave it to stand for a minute or so, because the thing about food in a microwave is that it continues to cook actually after it's taken out. So just leave it to stand for a little bit and then enjoy it with some cream or some ice cream. You know, many people love baking, and I'm sure lots of you and your families have been doing loads of baking over the last couple of months. And you know, I think it's sort of alchemy, isn't it? You're turning these raw ingredients of flour and water and eggs and butter and sugar and adding heat, and then turning it into these sort of magical, tasty treats like buns and scones and cakes. And you know, it's a wonderful thing to bake. There is some very complex science actually that is going on in that baking process. And certainly one of the things that's key to it is getting air into your cake mix. And this is why bakers often use caster sugar, because tiny air bubbles surround the rough surfaces of the sugar, the grains of sugar. And so the tinier grains of caster sugar mean you get more air in there. And one of the things that we know about air is that when it's heated, it expands. And sugar plays an important part in baking, not just to add sweetness, but it's an important part of that creating those physical reactions within the mixture. as the mixture is heated. Now, you might like to try using the same ingredients and trying it again. Maybe leave out the cocoa powder, but perhaps you could see what difference it makes if you don't add the oil. The oil actually plays an important role. It surrounds those bubbles of air that cover the sugar. And often bakers would use butter and sugar to create their batter initially. Our cake, it's much faster to make because it's using oil. We're not using the butter. Mixing that butter and that sugar, you can do it quickly with an electric whisk, but actually, by hand, it's quite hard work to do that part. So it's speeded up. Our cake has been speeded up by using oil and of course by putting it in a microwave for 2 minutes rather than preheating an oven. And the temperature of an oven is also very important in terms of making sure your cake turns out correctly. It can go wrong if it's too hot or if it's too cool. Baking a cake it's quite a complex thing. But perhaps you might like to try making your cake in a mug without the oil and see what happens. It would still be edible. I'd be interested to know what your cake looked like. I hope you had fun today, boys and girls, and enjoyed your chocolate cake, and I'll see you again. Bye bye.